Hello friends, it's Nomad Brad coming to you from my box truck. We're doing it. We are making our journey towards Burning Man. We're gonna go ahead and drive for a couple hours today and then just find a spot to stealth camp. I have not planned in advance where to stay, so we'll just drive until we get tired and then we'll start looking for a spot to spend the night. Current temperature outside is 107 degrees. It is absolutely smoldering out there, so grateful for air conditioning, and I'm running the mini split in my box truck just to keep the temperatures down. I got a windshield mount for the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, so it should be a pretty good view for you guys to come along and join the journey with me. Oh man, it feels good to be out away from the city. After being in San Diego for a few months, I am so over the city living. I need to get out in nature with less population. Look at this. Maybe I can just camp right here, park right here. All right. You guys aren't really going to be able to see any of this, but there's a creek right over here. And so I'm going to try to just stay the night here. It's a little sandy. Look at this. It's like a moon dust. It's like ash. Very interesting. It's like ash. This is pretty cool though. Look at this. It's like a little dam over here. Little dam right here. And then look at this. It comes down to these three little waterways. Kind of cool. Man, I bet this is going to be beautiful in the morning. I fell asleep right next to the creek. Slept with the gentle rushing waters all night. That was very, very nice. Much appreciated after being in the city for so long. And so we're just gonna head back into town here, back into Lone Pine. And so I found a park right downtown that looks pretty nice. So we're gonna try to go park at the park. So I bought a whole bunch of meat, and I was trying to figure out how I can get a bunch of meat out there and keep it alive for, 15 days, because my fridge space and my freezer space is limited. So the idea I came up with is if I pre-cook a bunch of meat and ground beef and then put it in quart size freezer Ziploc bags. And hopefully that allows me to store a lot more than what would otherwise fit inside the fridge. Man, this is a pretty nice town. Really pretty, small town vibes. Even though they're in the desert, there's lots of greenery, so you can tell there's a lot of water under the ground here. And here is the park. Oh, you know what's funny? I've actually been here before. I've been to this exact park. I've been here. Many years ago in my very first van, my blue E250 high top, I actually came and took a break at this park. I recognize it now. How funny. We've come full circle, 2 vehicles later. Cool, so this should be a good spot for the day. Cook up some meat. So the food preparation is well underway. I'll show you guys what I got going on here. I am cooking up the meat. So far I have cooked up 3 pounds of beef, and I have one of them already here in this little freezer bag, and so I'm gonna go ahead and be able to stack these in my freezer, and it'll take up way less space than if I were to store all these meat containers separately. And also it'll be easier because I don't want to have to cook at Burning Man, because when I cook meat I have to run the vent fan, and to run the vent fan I have to have a window open, and so obviously I don't want to have any windows open at Burning Man because of the dust situation. So this should allow me to just be able to easily reheat the meat in my Instant Pot, and I won't have to run to cook meat live and run the exhaust fan. Additionally, some other things I got is these instant mashed potatoes, which cook up really easy. I also got this tuna fish packet, which I think will be a very good choice for easy protein. This doesn't need to be refrigerated until it's opened, so I got 3 of these tuna packs, and then additionally I got some pasta as well. So I have more than this stored under my bed, but this is just an example of some of the foods I'm bringing with me. And we're still hanging out at the park in Lone Pine, California. It is an absolutely beautiful day, but it is hot outside. 97 degrees outside, but I have the AC on, and so it's 80 degrees in here, which might not sound cool, but I promise you the AC is giving me a nice breeze, and it is quite comfortable in here as I cook up my meat. And the next thing I'm gonna do in preparation for Burning Man is thaw out the freezer. This freezer that I have is not a frost free, and so it really doesn't take too long for the frost to accumulate. And the bad design about this freezer is the way the frost grows up on the side, it actually prevents the door from opening. So I just pulled the door out, and you can see how this frost grows up, and it literally just gets in the way of the hinge opening. Very terrible design. And here it is, fridge all cleaned out, freezer all defrosted. Look at all the ice that came out of that thing. Look at these huge ice chunks that were in my freezer. Absolute madness. And the crazy thing is I cleaned that freezer out probably 3 weeks ago. But anyway, it's all good. Now we're gonna turn it back on, power it up, and get everything cooling again. All right, friends, we are back at it, heading north on 395 towards Burning Man. The destination for today is Mono Lake. It's about a 2-hour drive, so we'll get there about 5:30, which will be perfect time for sunset. So as we're driving through the mountain range, the mountains down here are absolutely gorgeous. I do believe these are the Sierras. I drove through here many years ago in my first van, and it was early enough in the season there was still snow on the mountaintops. They had beautiful snow peaks. And here we are, made it to Mono Lake. Look at this place. Right at the base of a huge mountain. Absolute monster. So we're gonna walk down, check out Mono Lake. Oh, what is this? No drone zone. Oh my goodness. Because I'm in a state park. I can't use a drone, and they want me to buy a parking ticket. Look at this. This is the no fun zone. They want me to buy a parking ticket, and then they say I can't fly a drone. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm not doing it. I'm not buying a ticket. Y'all can suck it. Man, I wanted to fly the drone and show you guys a cool view of the lake, but I guess the government does not want you to see that. Well, I guess that's it for Mono Lake. I got my backpack with the drone in it, but I can't fly it, so I didn't realize it was a pay to park thing. I think they added that. It didn't used to be pay to park, but I guess I'm gonna head on down the road. It's getting late. I'm a little tired, 6:30, but I've been driving through some pretty intense hills today. I wanna go find a spot to rest up that's not a paid parking lot. So we're gonna keep on going down the road and see what we can find. I'm gonna try to find the closest spot, the first spot I come up to that looks like an overnight spot. So let's go see what we can find. All right, here we are. This is gonna be home for the night. I'm right off the highway, right here. But no worries. This is a nice big gravel pullout, so I don't see any reason why I can't stay here for the night. Beautiful view of Mono Lake. Let's fly the drone.